Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is me again, and I'm back with another Minecraft video. I am on the city construction server that I've been doing with a few other people. I think my last Minecraft video was about this server, and I thought I'd do another one and just show you guys what we've been up to. That's my house in what is now the farming district. If you'll remember from the last video, we had a whole bunch of houses and stuff down there, which you can see some buildings. I'll get to them later. But those houses have now all been destroyed in one fashion or another. I think Chubbs burned my mushroom house down, and I know we've blown up at least one other one, and I don't remember what else. But we're in stage 3 right now, and we're pretty close to being able to move on to stage 4. Which we're all looking forward to, because we're looking forward to being able to start using redstone and go down deep enough to start finding some diamond. But in any case, I figure I'll show you what we've done. I know some of this was up before, but I don't know how much, so I'm just gonna show you guys pretty much everything, so that you can see what we're doing. But yeah, this is one of our mine shafts. It was initially done as a quarry mine, because it goes down to level 40, I believe, because that was as far as we could initially dig. There's another one. You can just barely see it on the other side of the reeds from here. That was the initial one we started, and then I started this one a little later on because I got sick of running back and forth across the bridge. And that one was already down to 40 anyway. But that one we dug, and then we dug off in both directions for several hundred blocks, that way and that way. And so I just got sick of going in there. So I started this new one and went that way a ways, and then was like, yeah, whatever, let's start a new one. So I went that way and ran into the tunnel, which I just wasn't initially thinking I was going to do. It just hadn't occurred to me. But given that it's all built at 40, I really didn't have a choice but to run into that tunnel. So we actually have an interconnected tunnel system that goes from here, and it goes over there. It goes several hundred blocks in the other direction that way, and another parallel to it. Same thing over there. And then way over there, that's a tree farm that I'm pointing at now. And over on the other side of it, there's a small wooden building that's actually the entrance to a different mine, where we had another portal that came back out. And it, Tubbage did a lot of mining over there, and that ended up getting connected in as well. Again, by accident. I don't think he intended to do it. He just ran into the tunnel. So that was kind of cool. We can actually run from one end of our city to the other without ever getting above ground. But, so this is what the farming district is now, which is the first main district we had to build. That's our fountain, which we used as our monument for getting out of stage 2. That's my house. I'm actually the mayor of this district, so that's my nice fancy house. You can see we've got melons decorating all over the place. We have our pumpkin farm. We have our melon farm, because we did finally manage to get down low enough we could get into some mine shafts, like abandoned mine shafts, and I found a bunch of melon seeds and managed to start this. And that's actually become our primary source of food. Wheat farm for breeding. And then these are our barns with all the animals in it. The chickens and sheep are crossing pens, so I'm having to deal with trying to get them straightened out. But we also got our cows, and we've also got our pigs. So we are getting some meat, just not a lot. And thankfully, because we're playing on Release Candidate 2 now, we upgraded this past weekend after Jeb released it. So thankfully, breeding is at least a little bit more stable, because the animals aren't constantly suffocating themselves, especially the chickens. But yeah, so we've got all that. And then these were all the cottages we had to build. So we built, I think there's 9 of them that we built in 3 rows. Just nice little village things. I think that's Cassandra's, that's Chubb's. I claimed one back in there that I don't really use. I just grabbed it just for putting a sign on it, because the rest of them are all vacant. That's one of the guard towers that we built. There's actually 4 of them. There's one there. You can see one over there. There's one. There's the top of it. There's another one over there on the other side of the barn, a little ways up the hill. Because we had to build those as well to get out of that phase. Secondary tree farm that I built, I basically just copied the one that Tobich did. The only difference is I used glowstone in the walls and in the floor, where he used jack-o'-lanterns, because at the time when he built his, we didn't have access to the glowstone yet. So it's just what he had to use, unless we wanted to use torches. But the jack-o'-lanterns fit better, rather than having to sit on stuff. So yeah, that's all of those. This is the entrance to... I built a pair of underground tree farms, because we managed to get some saplings for both the other types of trees. So that's the pine one, which I need to make it a little bigger and spread that one out more. I miscounted when I initially planted it. They should actually be 3 apart. They're only 2 apart. I mean, there's two blocks in between. There should be 3 in between in order for them all to grow. So I will expand that at some point. But then this one is our birch farm, which that one you can see grows just fine. I'm just having a hard time getting enough saplings. Most of the trees are only dropping like 1, maybe 2. So I'm having a hard time getting it to fill out all the way. But I'm getting there. But this is actually pretty cool and got me a lot of stone for other projects that we've been working on. Here's our town hall, which I think I showed last time, so I won't show it again this time. There's really nothing in it. Just the treasury that we've been storing the random materials that we need to get out of each phase, like the food and the armor and weapons and stuff. This, I'll show you guys in a little bit. When I actually head over to the mining district, I'll give you guys a tour of what that is. That's actually our transport district, more or less. It's the transport system, at least. That's the skeleton dungeon that we've got, that we set up as a farm so we can get lots of arrows. That's my windmill that I built. I found a picture of it online and thought it looked cool, so copied it. And it doesn't look quite so neat up close because it looks a little off-kilter, but from a distance it looks really cool. Storage silo, because I couldn't come up with another community building that I should put into the farming district. There's not a heck of a lot in it because we don't really need it for anything, but I've at least got it there for if we needed to. And then this is the market district that Cassandra's in the process of building. These are all the market stalls she's got, like a little bazaar area. Or farmer's market type thing. And let's see what else she's got. That's the bell tower, because she had to have that as her main, like her central building. I believe this is meant to be a... I can't think of what the word is, but the stocks. It's a stock, where they put the people in, and you have the piece of wood that comes down and kind of holds their head and hands in place. And then this is... She did that just as a joke, because it's silly. So if you could throw... We don't have tomatoes, so we'll throw melon slices at anybody who's stuck in the stocks. But this is the licensing office. This was her administrative building. Like, I had to build the town hall. She's got this administrative office. What'd she call it? The licensing office. Again, there's more of the transport system, so I'll show you that in a second. Here's the bakery. We have a tailor. This one is the apothecary, I believe. Yep. Where we've got, like I said, because we've got access to the nether, we built a pair of brewing stands. We have made some potions and such that we've been playing around with. None of us are terribly good with that system yet. I think Chubbs is the one who's messed with it the most. So we've been having fun. He figured out a way of making explosive potions, I guess, that like deal damage to mobs. So he was making a bunch of those at one point. And these are the little houses that Cassandra has come up with to fill her district out. I haven't actually really checked them out, so looks like there's a little basement room for storage or whatnot, and then a living area, and then bedroom that actually looks pretty nice with the bookshelves and stuff. And she's doing little bushes. I didn't even think to do that. I'm still not used to being able to. So I just never think to. She's obviously this house is still a work in progress. You can see where she's got her scaffolding. I think she was working on that last night. And I think this one may actually be the one she's planning on having for her house once she gets it built, because that's kind of what we're all doing, is building like a mayor's house in each district for ourselves. That one might be the one she claimed, but she didn't put a sign on it, so maybe not. It may end up being this one. I'm just not sure. But yeah, that's everything that we've got built over here. So looks like the nearest transport thing will be over here in her district. Oh, she put up this bulletin board thing too, which I saw yesterday or the day before. So that's kind of cool. We haven't actually used it for anything, but it's just a good little touch to put in there just to make it look more like a real city. And this is our transport system that Tobage has been putting in tons of time and effort to set up, and he's done an amazing job. But it comes out in the nether, obviously. And I guess they've changed the rule for how nether portals spawn. It used to be you couldn't have them within like 100 or a couple hundred blocks of each other, but now I guess you can have them really close. So he has built all this, dragged all this stone here, and built it on his own. Like you can see, there's tons of building over there, and there's more here. I'll tour all of it now. But so that's the exit. That's the portal that's connected to the market district. This one's connected to my farming district. That's the one that was over there beneath the windmill, kind of. This one comes out in the mining district, which I'll show you. That's where we used to have all of our houses and stuff. But before I go through there, I just want to run through this and show you guys how this is. You can hear there's gas and stuff all around, but apparently as long as the glass is in between us and it won't fire on us. We have come out and explored the nether for a bit. I found another fortress, which is where he got the bricks for the nether bricks for the stairs that he's used. And I think he's used nether brick for some of the building. But this is all pretty impressive. This was our initial system. This actually comes out in the mines. and that was where we originally came into the Nether when we first started doing it. We've built a Nether wart farm here, and there's another one. Can't get back out the door. That's what this one is over here as well. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. It's okay, that was ripe, or however you want to look at Nether wart. Let's see. He built a little tree farm here. You got to use bone meal, but it still works. So if you really need wood in the Nether, you don't feel like shifting back. At least we have that option. It's just a big storage room that we've got. I'm trying to see what else we had. This is just the exit to the normal Nether. Whoa! No, I didn't mean to do that. I kind of smashed that glass up, but whatever. We do have an entrance to our Nether fort, but for the life of me, I can't remember where it is now. He showed me yesterday. Maybe it's this? Oh yeah, I think this might be it. It eventually comes out. Oh no, this one comes out in our... He must have done this last night. This wasn't built yet. This comes out in an area in the overworld where we have a spider dungeon. Or... yeah, I think it's a spider dungeon. That he... I don't know if he managed to finish rigging it up, but he was at least trying to rig it up as a farm. Oh, he's even got that set up for a chicken farm. Huh. Poor little baby chicken trapped in the Nether. But yeah, so we've got all this. I think what it is that tunnel there, if you get into it, will take you over to the Nether fort, which you can just barely see one of the towers over there. He actually dug up. The tunnel goes all the way over there, and then there's a shaft in it that he dug that'll take you all the way up to the top into the fort. So it's kind of cool. We've explored it a little bit. We found where there's blaze spawners, so we've been able to get at least a few blaze rods for making the brewing stands or to have them for potions or whatever else. So it's been kind of cool. So now I will go back here. He's going to rig it all up with minecarts. He just hasn't gotten there yet. But so I'll come out here and go to the mining district. And I don't remember which way I have to jump. I think it's this way in order to not be trapped in a building. And I'm going to set the time just so I don't get mobbed while we're doing this. So yeah, that's Cassandra's original building that she made. And that is kind of the ruins of Tobage's, and Chubbs's was right here. But we basically, it was all made out of wood. It's basically been burned down. I want to say Geba's in charge of this district. And I want to say he's turning that into the warehouse that he needs for this. Because that's the administrative building in the mining/industrial district. I'm not really sure what any of these buildings are because he hasn't really labeled them. That one's dormitories. And this one is... oh, this one's the mine house. This one, you can see back there in the back, he's got a mine that goes down to... I think it goes all the way down to, like, 30, or somewhere around there. That is a cobblestone generator. It's not terribly efficient, but it at least looks nice for a fountain as well. So we've left it there. That's the original tree farm. Sorry, I'm, like, jumbling my words. Yeah, but you can see we've torn down the other buildings that were over here. You can see the remainder of my mushroom house that I had, which I will eventually build a new one, I'm sure, but I just haven't gotten there yet. We've been busy doing other stuff. And last but not least, we're going over here. Chubbs has, since we're basically just waiting on Cassandra to finish her couple of houses and Gepa to finish his warehouse before we move on to the next stage, Chubbs has started working on his district, which will be the Harbor District. So he's built it over here. I'm not entirely certain if he plans on putting a pier into the lake. There's a river over there, or if he plans on doing both, or what. But it's all looking pretty good so far. He's got... this is... I think that's the Portmaster's office. This one is his house. You can see through the windows he's got a pretty big library built in there. And these are just housing. That 1, 2, 3, and I think there's a fourth one. Yep, over there. That he started building. Those are nice little houses. I have a similar... yeah, I mean, you guys have seen the one I've got on my single-player construction challenge. It's similar to that. It's not the same thing, but it looks awfully close. And so that's basically what everybody's done. The only other thing I wanted to show you guys with this video was what I have been working on the last couple of days, which is a huge undertaking, and it's going to take me absolutely forever. But it's... oh, somebody on Skype. But this is the beginning of it. This will be the religious district, kind of tucked in between the mining district and the river and spreading out that way if it needs to be. But this is going to be my cathedral. I'll actually switch my game mode so that you can see. I can do a flyover. You guys can see just how immense of a project this is going to be. I've only barely started on it. The last 2 days I got the land cleared out because there was a lot of higher layer dirt. But it's basically going to be a cathedral with the entrance over there. This is the actual sanctuary nave area. That will be a tower. That's the little hut I've built for storing all of my gear and having somewhere to sleep at night when I need to and all that type of stuff. But I'm trying to remember what else some of the other stuff is. I've labeled everything, but some of it I'm not even sure what it means. This one is the chapter house. That one is the abbot's house. This one is, I believe, the monk's dormitory. That's the warming room, which, because this is actually based off of a real-life abbey that is built in England. It's called Fountains Abbey. I think it's in the eastern side of the country. I'm not entirely certain. I saw it a couple years ago, and my wife and I went to England to visit with my parents, and they took us here as one of the places that we visited. And it was really impressive. I mean, it's just ruins now. There's no roof on it, and a lot of the stonework has started crumbling and whatever else. But it was really impressive to see. It was in this huge valley and really pretty. But so I've actually, this is what I've done. I found plans for it and drew it all out on a huge piece of graph paper. I've got paper that's like 4 times the size of a normal sheet of notebook paper, and with a grid on it. So that's what I did, was using those plans and then that. So I'm trying to make each of these rooms just like they should be for that. This room is the warming room, which I'm pretty sure was in the winter they'd set a huge fire going in here in order to, the heat would radiate into the stones, which would then go throughout the structure. But it was also so people could just come in here and it would be a nice hot place to warm up or rest for a while for any of the monks who lived here. That is the, I believe it's labeled as the cloister, but it's basically just going to be a courtyard. I'm going to remove that sand and put dirt in there, and I'm probably going to grow a couple of trees and some flowers and put in benches and stuff like that, so it'll be like a nice little garden. This is the refectory, which I'm not entirely certain what that is. I'm going to have to look it up. That's the kitchens. And this one is actually 2 rooms. That's like where I've done the majority of my actual building so far. That is, I believe it's the west. What is it? It's going to bug me if I don't look it up. Oh, the West Range. It's actually built in 2 sections. This northern section is going to be the, well, northern with the way the building's actually oriented, but this section will actually be storage, and then this southern section or other end of it would typically be the Lay Brothers dormitory, which I think was monks that were here temporarily, like they were sent here by the church to work or to serve out some sort of term to do, learn a lesson or whatever it might have been, or it's just this service, to the Abbey. I mean, the Abbey's several hundred years old, so, they did things quite differently back then. But yeah, that's my big project at the moment. So I've spent the last couple of days doing very little other than farming sand for glass, and I have another mine shaft dug in here that actually goes, I think the entrance is about right there below me, and it goes down to level 25, which is as deep as we can go right now. And I've started digging everything out, and you can see I've got a series of furnaces over here because I've started cooking stone so that I have enough, and cooking glass so that I have enough, because this is just going to be an immense project. But I'm having fun with this so far, and everybody else is kind of impressed with it, so it means I figure I should keep going. And I'm looking forward to building more of it, so maybe next time, next video, like next week, I'll show you guys even more. Maybe I'll have a decent amount built, and I can start showing you guys what I'm doing for it, or even do some building while I'm actually on the video. But I guess that's basically it for today. I didn't have anything else I wanted to show you, I think, because you guys have seen everything we've got now. That gets you up to date with all the progress we've been making in the last week or so since my last Minecraft video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back again with another one starting on Monday. And feel free to give me suggestions if there's anything else in particular you'd like to see, or if I haven't gone over anything that we have here in our city that you'd like more detail about. Or just if you have any ideas for stuff that you think I should build, something else that could go in the farming district, or something neat that could go into one of the rooms here, or into one of the another building in the religious district, or just anything else. We're all looking for suggestions and such, because we're having a lot of fun. And, there's a lot of work. It's a huge undertaking. I mean, this is only maybe a half of what our entire city is going to end up having to be, because we still have the Noble District to build, and the Garden District to build, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you liked it, and goodbye.